Hi, I'm just back in actually from opening a fantastic new Praxis Care Centre in Clongriffin, which is in my own constituency this morning. This is a new facility that we opened. It's an investment in relation to services for adults with autism. There are 15 young men and women in that service, and it's a major step in the right direction. And these are the kind of services that I want to be associated with and have these kind of investments. But can I also say there's an excellent staff there, young team, a group of young women particularly and young men who are working with the adults with intellectual disabilities, and they have the service for 15, but they have the potential to expand that to 20 over the next year or two. So it was a very exciting day, and I want to thank all the staff of Praxis Care for the warm and welcome they gave me this morning. Yesterday I attended the funeral in Derry. It was a very, very sad day for Bernie McGinnis and her family. I was there at the funeral of Martin McGinnis, but it was also a very historic day because we had a lot of different traditions in that church. I happened to meet Bill Clinton. I talked to him. I met Arlene Foster, met Mark Durkan, met Jerry Adams, lots of people from right across the political spectrum. But the key thing there was there was a great unity of purpose, and there was a key determination that we will push the talks further and hopefully make an agreement by next Monday. That would be my optimistic view, and I hope everybody gets their act together and focus on setting out and implementing the Good Friday Agreement, but also developing the peace process further. And for me, it was a very, very emotional day. It was great to see our president there, Michael D. Higgins, as well. As a football fan, of course, we will send on our deepest respects to Ryan McBride, that wonderful Derry City footballer as well, which had a major impact to see a young man, 27 years of age, dying so young. So I just want to express my deepest sympathies to both Bernie McGinnis and family, and also to the Ryan McBride and his family as well. The other issues on the political agenda this week was we finally got through the final stages in the Dáil in relation to the Health Amendment Bill, which dealt with the 9,800 new medical cards for children with disabilities and sick children. I'm going to bring this finally to the Shannon next week, and then it will be implemented in April. So that's another achievement for myself and for the Independent Alliance, because we had this in the programme for government. We also had a very important week this week in relation to the reaction to the Taoiseach's visit in the States. We felt it was a very successful visit. Also the fact that the issues of immigration and the policies of Donald Trump were challenged as well. And incidentally, I mentioned this yesterday at the funeral mass, after the funeral mass, with Bill Clinton as well. And I drew a wry smile for him when I raised the issue of Donald Trump. Another important issue that we dealt with this week was the Stardust fire tragedy victims and the 48 families directly affected by that horrific tragedy. We're at the stage now is we're in negotiations with the families, but also the most important thing now, we've set up the process. We have two excellent civil servants there who are assisting the families. We also have appointed Judge Pat McCartan to investigate the allegations in relation to the cause of the fire as well. My own advisor, Councillor Damien Farrell, is doing great work on this particular issue. There are a number of people out there in political circles that are using it to attack me. Bottom line is the families wanted a judge with a criminal background. They got Pat McCartan. They also wanted to ensure they had an investigation to get the truth of the matter. And the final issue in relation to that is there will be some sort of a deal on the table in relation to some of the costs about some of their expenses for all the work they've done over the years. That's essentially what I've been trying to do. I was the one that got into the programme for government, and I won't take any lectures from anybody, from politicians who are using these families particularly to score political points. That's not acceptable. I want to get to the truth, and I want to see the families get justice about the cause of the fire. So finally, that was my week. Very busy week, very enjoyable week, and I want to wish everybody well. Thank you.